Johnny Somali has essentially just ruined his own life, and he's done it all for clicks, views, and fame, which was very, very short-lived, as after his impending prison sentence comes around, everyone will be forgetting who he is. So we're going to be begging the question of, was it worth it? And what is Johnny Somali going to be facing next? So Johnny Somali is a name that has become synonymous with chaos, controversy, and now crime. From online provocateur to international lawbreaker, this live streamer's actions may not have only outraged millions, but now they've caught up with him. And this time, there is no escaping the law. This is truly the end for Johnny Somali. In today's deep dive, we're unpacking the full legal timeline of Ramzi Khalid Ismail, also known as Johnny Somali, and we'll break down the charges, the incidents, and most importantly, why legal experts are now saying it's guaranteed to be facing prison time in South Korea. So let's start at the very beginning. Johnny Somali is a 24-year-old streamer from Phoenix, Arizona, and he's known for his IRL streams, broadcasting his life while traveling around the world. But unlike most travel content, Johnny's videos are filled with targeted harassment, abusive outbursts, and deeply disrespectful behavior, particularly aimed towards Asian cultures. In Japan, he was actually arrested for yelling racial slurs on trains and trespassing. In Israel, he was also investigated for disorderly conduct. But in South Korea, things have escalated exponentially to the point where there is no return. In October of 2024, Johnny arrives in South Korea and immediately the incident began. Incident number 1, so he disrupted a convenience store in Seoul, blasting music and pouring noodles onto a table, filming employees without consent and refusing to leave when he was asked to. That act alone leads to one of his first charges, obstruction of business under South Korean law. Now, incident 2 happened on a public train. He harasses passengers, plays loud music, and aggressively films strangers. Another violation. This time, 2 counts under Korea's Minor Offences Act, a law designed to prevent public disturbances and nuisance behaviour. But the most controversial of all, was kissing the Statue of Peace. Now, the Statue of Peace is a national monument commemorating the women and girls who were forced into sexual slavery during World War II. And the act alone basically sparked immense outrage across the entirety of Korea because of how vile and disrespectful this act truly was. Locals began to confront him, and on multiple occasions Johnny Somali was physically attacked in retaliation. One incident even caught during his stream. On November of 2024, the Seoul Southern District Prosecutor's Office officially indicts Ismail on several charges. A court-imposed travel ban is then issued, and he is not allowed to actually leave the country of South Korea. On March 7th of 2025, Ismail appears in court an hour late wearing a Make America Great Again hat, which court officers force him to remove, and he pleads guilty to several of the charges, including obstruction of business and violations of the Minor Offences Act. Now, at this point, many assumed that he'd receive a fine or suspended sentence, but what happens next is going to change absolutely everything. Late March of 2025, Ismail was hit with a brand new charge, one that carries a very serious consequence. He is now accused of creating and uploading a sexually explicit deepfake video of a popular Korean streamer, using AI to manipulate her likeness into fabricated intimate scenes. She did not consent. The video was allegedly uploaded to gain attention and monetization. This charge falls under South Korea's Special Act on Sexual Violence Crimes, specifically relating to the distribution of sexual imagery without consent. And here's where it gets real. This crime carries a mandatory prison sentence, no option of a fine, no suspended sentence, and no sympathy from the Korean legal system. Legal analysts say that this single charge alone could lead to 3 to 7 years behind bars, and given Korea's conviction rate of over 99%, the odds do not stack into his favour. It is looking really bad, and even if he went to court and they were lenient with him, they would take a little look at everything else he's done, and this guy is getting put away for a long time. In April 9th of 2025, April 9th of 2025, is the next trial date. Prosecutors are expected to formally introduce the deepfake evidence alongside a testimony for the victim of AI forensic experts. If convicted, Johnny Somali will likely serve his sentence in South Korea prison before being deported. He may also face an indefinite re-entry ban barring him from ever returning. But that's not the end. Once deported, Ismail could face further legal scrutiny in other countries, particularly in Japan and possibly even in the US, for previous acts and unresolved legal complaints. This isn't just about one man's reckless behavior though, it's a legal turning point for how countries respond to live streamers who abuse their platforms, and it raises urgent questions about how far to go in the name of content, and what point does the stream turn into a crime scene. And as AI deepfakes continue to spread online, this could set a major legal precedent for punishing non-consensual AI generated sexual content. As Johnny Somali awaits his next court date, one thing is clear: the internet may have made him famous, but the law is about to make him accountable. What do you guys make of this? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. And with videos circulating around the internet of Johnny Somali now antagonizing people on public transport once again with loud music, it's looking really, really bad. He is not helping his case in the slightest. But what do you guys make of this? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. While you're down there, jump scare the hell out of that like button, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.